everyone. Hey, hey. Hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone's doing great. All right, we got somebody stepping in. Hello to whoever that is. What's up, folks? Just coming to you right now. Not gonna say a whole lot. Hey, that's Diane Rosier, my sister-in-law for life. How you doing, Diane Rosier? Looks like Tawana just came in. How you doing, Tawana? Hope everybody's doing pretty good. I actually I don't have um any topics per se, but I do want to make like a little of announcement, right? That is important, and it's important because of my main man Lawrence Womack Jr. in the house. What's up, my brother? So the announcement that I'm making is that of an important announcement because it relates to the project that I have going on over in Egypt, right? So this is what I want to share with you guys. If you guys know, my primary business function is motivational speaking, helping those build their business, personal development, all that kind of stuff, right? But as you know, the pandemic came into fruition, then the death of George Floyd, that kind of took my attention away from my normal platform. And I put my attention toward, hey, LaShawn Johnson, how you doing? And it took that took my attention away from my platform for a reason, and it was intentional. I intentionally took my um, um, uh, focus away from that because I wanted to focus on tackling this pandemic. I still call it a pandemic. Um, Not up for debate. Anybody can feel the way they want to feel. I have the right to feel how I feel about it, right? And hey, Yolanda, how you doing? So, oh man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you guys, man. That's my home right there. East Coast Vanners and Capital City Vanners, man. That's my home. Capital City Vanners, CCV. Uh, my dad was a original of Capital City Vanners from the '70s, and that's Andrea Green from DC, my hometown. Good to see you, Andrea. Thank you for stopping in. She's chiming in from YouTube. She's watching me from YouTube. My man Charles Carter, hit it, Charles Carter. Hey, guy, I call this man my uncle, man. This is like my uncle right here, Charles Carter, the smoothest dancer in DC, man. I'm telling you. We get on the floor together and start doing line dances together. He'll make them up right there, and we go out there and do line dances on the floor. Everybody's watching us. They be like, "Man, that is so smooth." I'm telling you, Charles Carter, man. Charles Carter. Yep. Marcia, thank you for stopping through, man. All of you guys are coming in here, man. Good Lord. Yep, Capital City Vanners. Yeah, my father was the original member, man. And Lawrence Womack, I want to thank you, my brother, for keeping that club up, man, keeping it alive, man. That is probably one of the fewest van clubs in the United States that is still going strong. Man, thank you for keeping it alive. But how you doing, Marcia? Thank you. So back to what I was saying, folks. LaShawn, I'm doing great. So LaShawn, we got to wrap. We got to wrap, LaShawn. We got to talk. All right. After the video, try to reach out to me. So, folks, listen. As you guys know, I put my platform aside for to speak up against the unrest that's been going on in this country. The death of George Floyd. This coronavirus stuff. Now, I'm not one of those people who tell you this is a hoax or the virus isn't real, folks. All the viruses are real. I don't coronavirus, flu, what's that? tuberculosis is the most deadliest of all of them. And guess what? Last year, 1.5 million people died of tuberculosis, and we weren't wearing a mask. We weren't locked down. We weren't social distancing. Okay, I'm not going to go into any science today. That's not my purpose of this video. But today, I do want to make a bit of announcement that has a lot to do with the project I got going on, getting ready to get started over in Egypt, right? Egypt, Libya, and Greece. Okay, those of you who don't know, catching you up real fast. I'm getting ready. My company, I develop a real estate development company. We're getting ready to build the largest city in the world over in Egypt, Libya, and Greece. It's going to connect all of those countries. Okay. The largest in the world. We're going to have the tallest building in the world. We're going to have the largest amusement park in the world. The largest right now amusement park is Disney in Orlando, which sits on 30,000 acres. Our park is slated to projected to sit on 250,000 acres. It'll be so large, we're gonna have a bullet train to take you throughout the park. So, folks, we're excited about the project. But here's what I want to share with you guys in regards to that is that you guys know I've been speaking a lot on this pandemic. You know how the inflating numbers, how a lot of the stuff is not real. People who die of motorcycle accidents, they calling it COVID. Vaccinations, and you guys are starting to see a lot of articles that's coming out now about how they want to force vaccinations on you. They want to take away your rights and force vaccinations on you. You guys are starting to see that. This is stuff I've been saying ever since like the last part of February going into March. I've been telling you guys this stuff. People have been saying, oh, conspiracy theory, conspiracy theory. But listen, folks, I don't have to prove anything. When people have said to me, oh, show me proof. Listen, I don't need to show you a damn thing. You just sit around and just wait, and the proof will come out. And now you're seeing articles about Bill Gates, his agenda, videos of Bill Gates, and videos of Bill Gates' wife telling you that blacks and Native Americans should be the first people to get tested or get shots of this so-called vaccine. You ain't putting that shit in me. You won't even get me a goddamn Popeye's chicken sandwich. I won't even eat that shit. Okay? So that ain't nothing but a chemical sandwich. So, I mean, damn if you're going to stick me with some vaccine that you just, especially the ones you just made up within a few months. That is total. It takes years to come up with a vaccine. They don't even have a vaccine, folks. They don't even have a vaccine for HIV and AIDS. They don't even have a vaccine for a common cold. They don't even have a vaccine for most of the shit out here, right? So you come out of coronavirus that you just come up with a vaccine and within 18 months, y'all can get that shit. I ain't getting that shit. So, but I'm not going there. That's not where I'm going. That's not where I'm going. This is where I'm going, folks. This is where I'm going with this. I told you guys there was a lot of deep information that I am privy to that I cannot share because I am on an NDA. A lot of the stuff in my city that we're building over in the Egypt regions, I have a lot of world-renowned scientists. When I say scientists, I'm not talking about doctors or people or managers from CDC. Those aren't scientists. I'm talking about hard-nosed scientists. When I say scientists, I'm talking about people who knows how to build infrastructure that we're building in my city, where we're gonna have a smart city with technology where if you have a virus, you can kill the virus just by breathing the air in our city. I'm talking about those kind of scientists is what I have on this project. People are like, how the hell can that happen? It's available, folks. The technology exists. It would take billions of dollars for the United States to implement that here. They're not going to do that. Because if they do that, Big Pharma won't make money. Because they have to keep getting residual income by treating symptoms, not killing the cause of the symptoms. So what I'm saying with you right now, folks, is the technology that we have over there will be unbelievable. bit by bit, you will start to hear about the technology that's being built over in that region. That's the project that I'm on. Now, as far as me being on the NDA, I told you there was a lot of deep information that I can prove. These motherfuckers, man, I can prove to you exactly what they're trying to do to you, but I'm on an NDA. I cannot say nothing because there are people who have this tight information are involved with the project that I have over in Egypt. And I can't, and if I have to let out that kind of information, it will be known where that information came from. So therefore, I cannot put the deep stuff out there about what I know. I'm in meetings all the time. I'm in Zoom meetings, be on phone calls. I have to be on Zoom meetings and Skype meeting and another one called Viber. I have to be on these apps because these people are all the way around the world. They're over in Africa. They're over in China. Some of them is in Greece. We're part of the city we're building. And I know this information, folks. I got information on what they are pushing. What you see me put out right now, if you don't want to believe that, then man, God bless your heart, man. All I'm going to say is, man, good luck to you. But I'm trying to tell you what I put out right now, what I have been putting out on facts and stuff like that. You ain't got to believe that because I have hardcore evidence to support every last one of that stuff that I put out there. But I'm not putting that type of information out there because I'm on an NDA and I'm not going to have that project that I'm doing over in Egypt to be killed. I am not going to do that. I'm not sacrificing that just for somebody with an ego who don't want to believe. Fuck them. I'm not doing it. So what I'm sharing with you right now, folks, is the purpose of this video is to let you know that you are not going to see too much of me giving out even the information that I have been given out. I've given out enough. Now the mainstream media is starting to put out articles saying exactly what I've been telling you guys all along. They're starting to come out with it. Inflated COVID numbers. Wrongfully classifying deaths as COVID when they weren't COVID. All this stuff I've been telling you guys the whole time. Y'all jumped my ass. You know why? Because I'm not mainstream media. I'm one of you. See, I didn't get no pushback from anybody else but black people. So, you know, upholding and supporting the same motherfuckers that's trying to kill you. Look, folks, I'm just telling you one thing right now. You can keep believing the Faucis and all these folks if you want to. That's totally up to you. But here's what I recommend you do. I recommend that you have a good supply of KY to keep in your arsenal. Keep a good ass supply of it because you're going to need it. You're going to need it real soon. You just keep falling in line. Keep conforming to the bullshit that they're telling you. Keep suppressing your oxygen. Stay your ass in the house, not get your vitamin D. Just keep doing all that shit. Because I'm telling you, folks, I've been telling you this stuff all along. I've been telling you that they've been inflating the numbers. I told you they've been inflating the numbers. Democrats is behind this shit if you don't, guys that know that. The Democrats is doing this to try to defeat Trump in the elections. That's exactly what they're doing. This is the last time I'm going to let y'all guys into a little bit of something. Okay, the establishment, that's Democratic based. The Bill Gates vaccine, the Dr. Fauci's and the Clintons, all of this deep state stuff. Biden, all them folks. You ain't got to believe me. But I tell you one thing, I know what I know. And I don't have to prove shit to any of y'all. Because where I'm going, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. And the people that is close to me is going to be good. The people on my staff, on my team, is going to be good. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. I ain't saying too much of this shit anymore with y'all. I've said enough. The mainstream media is now coming out with the stuff I've been telling y'all all along. That's exactly what they're doing. They just came out with an article today. How they said 3 separate so senior citizens have died of something. One fell down the steps and died of hip complications. And there were two other deaths of seniors, and they classified all of them as COVID-19. Cause of death was COVID-19. When George Floyd was killed, I don't know if you guys remember this, but they talk about the autopsies. And then the family got an autopsy. And the family got an autopsy because they tried to say he had underlying conditions. That was the one article. Then another article came out and said that he tested positive for coronavirus. See, they were trying to cover the officer that killed him already. They were already talking about underlying conditions. If you don't see, I'm gonna tell you something. All this, the whole plan, the agendas that they putting out there, folks, it is so transparent. It is so transparent. Stevie Wonder can see it. It is so transparent. Stevie Wonder can see it. And if you don't see it, I'm gonna tell you to you like, and I would say this in your face through a computer screen. It don't matter. I'm a stand-up guy. If you don't see it, it's because you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. And the reason why you don't want to see it because you're bootlicking. See, this is 21st century. We still got bootlickers, butt licking, tobacco chewing, Uncle Tom, Sambo out here. And that's real. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. That's a problem. Let me tell you something about religion, politics, and racism. Why all three of them are cousins. You know why they're related? Because they divide and polarize people. They divide and polarize people. Religion is crowd control. Politics is class control. They determine what class is what, who's middle class, who's upper class, who's world class, who's the poor class. And racism is ethnic control. And they're all controlled by white supremacy. All controlled by white supremacy. They all have thank you. They are dogma, three dogmas they control and run and terrorizing this whole planet. And y'all following it. And the fact is, you don't even know why you follow it. You don't even know why you follow. You don't even know why you're a Democrat. You're a Democrat. Most of you are Democrats because you follow who was Democrat before you in your family. Most of y'all are Republicans because you follow who was Republicans in your family. You don't know why. It's learned behavior. You can't break the chain. You can't. You know how some people say, I'm the first in my family to go to college? Why can't you be the first in your family to break out of this dogmatic mindset of conformity? Because the opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is conformity. You are conformed to what people tell you you're supposed to be conformed of. This is why you can't not only think outside the box, this is why you can't live outside the box. You're not a free thinker. You let mainstream media tells you how you're supposed to think. Just like, again, I said earlier, 1.5 million people died of tuberculosis last year. But the reason why none of you wore a mask, because mainstream media did not tell your ass to wear a mask. $1.5 million people died of tuberculosis last year. That's pandemic numbers. Just robot programmed like a motherfucker. Push the button, go this way. Push the button, go this way. You're a human being. We are God's greatest creation. Those of you who are in the Bible heavily, it states that God created man and gave us dominion over all things. Isn't that what's said in your book? Unfortunately, y'all allow all things to have dominion over you. That's why there is 10% of the population earns 90% of all the money, while 90% of the population is fighting over 10% of the money. And you wonder why you stay in a rat race for the entire life. You work the 40-40-40 plan. And if you don't know what the 40-40-40 plan is, let me tell you what that is. You work 40 hours a week for 40 years, and you retire off of 40% of all the money you've earned. That's the 40-40-40 plan. You work 40 years and you retire, you only get 40% of it. What happened to the other 60% of your retirement? That's sitting in Wall Street. The brokers, they get their money off of that. Uncle Sam gets his cut. You only get 40. You work the hardest and you work the longest. You work the hardest and you work the longest, and you take home the least. That same strategy that got you in that situation is the same strategy that got you in the current health care position or healthcare situation. Same strategy. See, that's why how you do one thing is how you do everything. You don't do any 1, 2 things differently. You know why? Because that's not your core. You approach every thing the same way because that is your core. You don't know how to change the core. You don't know how to shift your paradigm. I'm just giving it to you real, folks. It might hurt your feelings. You might get mad. Somebody say, man, if you say something about these numbers, somebody come out and go, but I know 2 people who died. That has shit to do. That ain't got shit to do with them inflating numbers. Nothing to do with them inflating numbers. I tell you what, folks, why don't you do a pandemic numbers? Why don't you do a pandemic on heart attacks? Look at how many people who are dying from heart attacks from year to year. Why don't you take another case? See, what you focus on is what you get the most, folks. What you focus on is what you get the most. Have you guys ever bought a brand new car? And almost every other car you see is the same car you got, maybe just a different color? You know why? Because that's your focus. That's what you focus on. That's what you look at. That's what the universe is going to keep putting in front of you. Come on, folks. I'm giving you some metaphysics here. If you look at diabetes, look at the numbers of how many people who've died from diabetes. I didn't do these numbers. I didn't research it, so I'm telling you to do it. You research how many people die from diabetes from year to year. And if you focus on diabetes, guess what? You're going to start knowing a lot of people dying from diabetes. See? You're gonna find out that a lot of people are dying from diabetes than you thought. Diabetic comas, other ailments that diabetes cause, like heart attacks, blindness, cataracts, high blood pressure, things that are contributed to diabetes or from diabetes, come from diabetes. Why don't you take a look at colorectal cancer? That could be a pandemic too. How many people died of cancer, colorectal cancer? You can specify the type of cancer. You can find a lot of numbers of people dying from cancer. See, folks, what you focus on is what you're going to get the most. That's what it's called, focus. What focus? Let me tell you about focus. If you look at a light that I'm in right now, I'm in a light right now. You see this light I just turned on? I turned on the light. This light is omnidirectional. Omnidirectional. That means that whoever walks in this same room that I'm in right now, this light will show them the same amount of love that it's giving me. But if you walk into a room with a laser light, that laser light is only focused on one direction and one direction only. It's not shining other places. It's only shining that one direction. And that laser light can actually cut through steel. Do you know why it can cut through steel? Because it's focused. It cuts through steel because it's focused. So if you take that light and you put it on that area, everything that involves that focus is going to show up. This is why we tell you to focus on your business plan. Focus on your own business. Stop minding other people's business. Focus on your business. Mind the business that pays you. That's 100% focus. So you take a focus. You look at numbers of coronavirus. That's all you're going to see is coronavirus numbers. You take numbers and say, how many people died from drowning? Look at those numbers. All these numbers are going to be high, folks. Why? Because people are dying every single day from a whole lot of stuff. It's no pandemic out there, folks. People are dying every day from a lot of stuff. That is called the law of rhythm. That's a universal law. It's one of the 7 natural laws of the universe. The law of rhythm states that as the tide comes in, the tide goes back out. Night follows day and day follows night. That's the law of rhythm. And everything comes in a gestation period. That's another law, the 7 natural laws of the universe called the law of gestation. These laws are all intertwined. You cannot refute these laws, people. You cannot. The law of rhythm. As one leaves the earth, another is being born. That is the law of rhythm. You're going to die. I'm going to die. Nobody gets out of life alive, folks. Nobody gets out of life alive. And nobody gets out of death dead. Nobody gets out of death dead. Because as one comes in, life is starting. And as life is starting, life is ending somewhere else. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So get rid of the fear, folks. What is the acronym for fear? False evidence appearing real. Now you're starting to see that CBS just came out with an article. I just posted that earlier. How they wrongfully wrote up people who have death of something else. They called it COVID-19, cause of COVID-19. They're starting to catch these things now. These articles are starting to come. Mainstream media is starting to put out these articles. The same stuff I've been telling you guys a long time ago that you didn't believe me. I said, okay, don't expect me to give you. I'm not giving you shit. You just sit back and wait. I told you, folks, I know what I know. Everything I've been telling you guys, the mainstream media has been coming out with it lately. I told you guys. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying to you is, folks, don't try to come for me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not giving you no opinions. I'm giving you what I know. And I'm not giving you any of that even no more. Because now I've talked to my banker, my bankers is from the royal family over in the Kingdom of Jordan, the Hashemites royal family. Had a conversation. They said, Jay, don't even give them any of that anymore. Because that could have, it could have get to the point we're getting close to getting this project on the way, and some of that stuff can affect what we're doing with this project because people might be afraid of who you're talking to or who you could be talking about. So there could be people panicking of the information that you might leak out there. If there's an article out there, you can share that, but don't give people any inside information. And I'm not going to do that. I haven't done it, and And they wanted to be sure that I don't do it. I know I'm not going to do it. I'm on an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. I know what I know. But I want to tell you folks, you ain't got to believe me. And matter of fact, I don't want you to believe me. I don't need people bowing down and follow me. I don't need all that shit because I don't need that negative attention coming my direction for telling y'all the truth. You can just find it out on your own. But I'm done telling y'all this stuff. I'm serious. You can believe the Fauci's of the world. People talking about how many presidents who administrations he's been under, and that don't mean a goddamn thing because those presidential administrations was up to no good as well. I mean, you mean to tell me that you can't afford to buy medication for yourself? Healthcare should be free. College education should be free. And I'm not trying to sound like Bernie Sanders. But if you want people to do well in a society, you need to come to where they are and lift them up. That's why this country should be from a bottoms up perspective instead of a top down perspective. We put people in office with votes, and they're supposed to be serving us, not dictating how we're supposed to live, not dictating what vaccines should be injected into our arms, not dictating what to put on our face, which is all scientific bullshit. Get mad at me from saying what I'm saying. I'm not taking it back. So the main purpose of this video, not giving that, I'll share some articles as I said. I'm not putting too much of a caption out there on the articles. I'm just going to post the article. You can take it to where you want to take it. Take it to where you want to take it. I ain't going back and forth with these motherfuckers no more. You keep thinking on what you think you know. And I'm going to keep knowing what I bear witness to know. There's a difference. It's not a belief for me. It's what I witnessed. I ain't sharing shit no more. Nothing. I'm easing right back over to my normal platform. Personal and business development. Motivation. Easing right back over there. So any of y'all, you want to just sit back and let mainstream media be your source of information or be your source of education? Shame on you. Shame on you. And if you got kids, I hope you ain't teaching your kids that shit. Because that's horrible. It's horrible. Hold on for a second. Give me 1 second. Let me tell you folks something, man. See, y'all let mainstream media tell y'all what to do. Give y'all education, right? The same kind of education they lied to you about history in grade school, right? First of all, if you want a difference in your life, you're gonna need more money. You're gonna need more money, right? You got to read books that's going to help you make more money, right? Right? Read this. Get that, right? You got to read books that's going to help you make more money. Understand the mindset of the wealthy, right? Stop thinking like poor people, damn it. If you're thinking like poor people, that's exactly what your ass is going to be, poor. You're going to be in that 90% fighting over 10% of the money in this country. There's only 10% of the money left because the 10% of the population already took 90% of the money. So you got to learn how the wealthy is thinking. See, a lot of people see what they teach you that wealthy people are all bad and they take advantage. No. You got to understand how wealthy people, there are some bad wealthy people out here, but all of them ain't bad. You got to learn integrity. See, this is what my platform talks about, integrity. Good character. What is good character? Is good character is being your best, even when you don't know people are watching you. Okay? Integrity and good character. A lot of that stuff comes in these books, folks. You got to learn. You got to read, man. You got to read. Thank you. Thank you, Erica Spofford. Erica Spofford said my book helps. My book is Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. I'm glad she brought that up because I wasn't going to talk about my book. I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but my book is a good source. Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. If you don't have a copy of my book, inbox me and I'll send you a link to for you can order it. Okay. Another book. And see, about a year ago, you know what was popular a year ago? Mental health and mental illness. You know, when Taraji P. Henson came out in front of Congress and talked about her dad who had some mental challenges or what have you, and then next thing you know, everybody and their grandmother start walking running around here talking about they crazy. You don't. First of all, you don't claim no shit like that on yourself. Don't claim. You see, you got cells in your body that will make you be exactly what you claiming yourself to be. People don't understand this. There are neuropeptides in the body, which means your body is a thinking body. And your cells take your thoughts, feelings, and your actions as commands. Your cells in your body will say, your wish is my command, just as well as the universe will say that. So don't be going around telling people you got mental problems and shit just because that's like playing the victim on steroids. Get your shit right. Get your money right. Get your mind right. And get your family and your community on point. So what did I do? I went and got to one of the most world-renowned successful, Thomas Szasz, MD. You know, the myth of mental illness. This book is so heavy. I'm still in this book as well. This book right here is heavy. I'm having a hard time understanding this because of the language, the verbiage. So I have to do a lot of research on some of the verbiage in this book, right? The Myth of Mental Illness is by Thomas Szasz, MD, right? That's another book. So I'm covering every aspect of my life in my business because guess what? My business is so hectic at times that shit can drive me crazy. It could bring me stress, all kinds of stuff. I've learned how to do spiritual healing. That's been helping me. Meditation has been helpful to me. It puts your body at a still position and rest, right? And relax and listen to the heavenly natural sounds around me. Meditating on the beach, I can meditate in my room. All of that, folks, and that helps lower your blood pressure, right? Guess what? I'm also building a city, as you guys know. I'm building a smart city. A smart city is a city of technology, right? It's going to be an antivirus city. It's going to be cities that's going to help cure respiratory viruses as you breathe it. So what happens? What are the tools that people are using for a smart city? People are using what the 5G technology, right? There are problems with 5G. People are afraid that 5G has been causing some issues with their health, right? So what did I do? I went on. I got a book, The Myth of 5G, right? By William Webb. This book was recommended by the guy who was going to be doing the artificial intelligence in my city. He told me to check this book out. He said, now, based off that information that I've known, not just from this book, but from other people who have been, scared of 5G and had some issues with 5G, we decided that we're not going to use 5G in my city. We're going to use Wi-Fi 6 technology. Still able to do the exact same things we want to do if we had 5G. 5G is basically for surveillance, folks. This is what I've learned. 5G is for surveillance technology, like drones with cameras, powerful drone, not the drones you go buy in Walmart. I'm talking about real drones with cameras that can be operated from across the country, over in California, and they can operate that drone here in the United States. I'm here in Florida. You see what I'm saying? That kind of technology. That's what 5G is for. See, the 5G is for those drones to monitor you with that chip in your arm. That's what the chip is. The chip is going to tell them through 5G technology if you have any kind of virus, disease, if you're social distancing or not. See, folks, you gotta understand, it's that 6 feet stuff, that's military protocol. So I went out here and got a book on 5G network to see what really is going on with this 5G stuff. I'm not finished it. I'm still in the early stages of this because I got these other 2 books I'm into as well. I'm still reading these 2 books, right? So, with that being said, a lot of people try to come for me when I talk about the science about this coronavirus, right? Oh man, how do you know is yes, this the Myth of 5G is a good book. It's a good book. So far, it's pretty good. I'm in the 2nd chapter right now. Okay, so with that then being said, folks, when you hear me talking that I know science, I'm talking about glutathiones and how you can keep your glutathiones up, keep yourself feeling and looking younger. You can start aging backwards if you keep increasing your glutathione. Okay. I know a little bit, not much about stem cell technology. I'm still learning that, but I understand how your body can kill viruses. And I keep telling people why social distancing, lockdowns, and masks, that does not help you. It suppresses the immune system. And people want to try to argue. I'm like, dude, I tell you, this is what I tell them. I tell you, why don't you read this book? See? Get that book. See, while y'all go on Wikipedia and Google, you see what I'm saying? And listen to Fox or NBC, CNN, you listen to those motherfuckers. Listen, you got to pick up something, man. Pick up a real book. This is biology for dummies. And look how thick this book is. Folks, let me just share something with you. I want you to look up this person. Look up this person right here. Renee Fester-Kratz, PhD, folks. Look it up, man. Look up this book. I'm trying to tell you something, man. I've been reading. This is what I do. I don't come on social media bullshitting around, just saying shit. I see people out there posting shit, and I just look at them like, you know what? I see some people posting some dumbass shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta look on that page, look at their pictures, and see if this is the type of motherfucker that says shit like this. No understanding of science at all. Just strictly going by mainstream media. I invite Mayor Muriel Bowser. You need to buy this book. Mayor Bowser. You're about to kill your people in your city, trying to mandate them to walk out their house, put on a mask. Damn near 100-degree weather, and these folks are not getting all their oxygen. Mayor Bowser, you need to get this book. You need to see. We forgot about our elementary school science. See, we've been learning this shit in science, elementary school, on how the body works, respiratory system, digestive system. We've learned this shit in elementary school, people. How come y'all not practicing it as an adult? Y'all know y'all ain't forgot. Y'all couldn't have forgotten. You got everything else. Pick up a damn book, man. I'm not telling y'all nothing. I'm not telling y'all anything that's not science, man. I told you, folks, I love science, man. Physics, metaphysics, quantum physics, biology. The immune system, you have 2 types. You know, your immune system breaks in 2 parts. Did you guys know that? You have the innate immune system and you have the adaptive immune system. I want y'all to look. I'm not going to tell you. Look those up. See what they do. Which one operates first? I'm going to give you a little bit. The innate immune system instantly attacks something within hours. It immediately attacks something. If it hasn't fighting it off at a certain amount of time, the adaptive immune system comes in place. That's why it sounds the way it sounds. Adaptive immune system. It's adapting to the environment of the virus. It's still fighting it, but it's adapting to it. But with this, the immune system is looking to kill it. This is why you have to eat plenty of vitamin A, folks. You have to put in plenty of vitamin A, because what does vitamin A do? Vitamin A puts a wall around each white blood cells so that the virus cannot penetrate it, or microbe cannot penetrate the virus. Cannot penetrate the cell. The cell is already on attack. But if you're eating plenty of vitamin A, it puts that shield up around your white blood cells. And once it's killed, the immune system keep a record of the virus that it killed. So that if the virus was to come back, it kills it more quickly before you can even get sick of it. Come on, man. Y'all, I'm not making this. You don't make this shit up. You can't make up science, man. You experiment with science and you come up with, you got to have a hypothesis. How many of you have learned about hypothesis in elementary school? I've learned hypothesis in elementary school. Hypothesis is the reason why you do your test and you study. Man, y'all got me excited and coughing and stuff, man. Come on, man. I just showed y'all 4 books. Erica Spofford just gave you 1 book, which is my book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. If you want my book, because my book touched a little bit on some metaphysics in my book, but if you want my book, inbox me and I'll send you the link. I'll send you my book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. I will send you the link to my book and you can order it. But I'm covering a lot. I'm covering good stuff in that book. And it's not a long read. My book is about 200 pages or something, 206 pages. You'll get through it quick. It's a quick read, but it has a lot of information, folks. Have a lot of information in there. So I'm telling you, folks, man, pick up some books, man. Do some reading. You got to do some reading. What happened to my computer? Open up, goddammit. It's okay. Y'all can still see me. But like I said, folks, I'm not going to be sharing a lot of insights on what I know about the coronavirus and the agenda of your politicians. And these basically Democrats is doing it. Republicans are evil too. Don't get me wrong. They're both evil. But your Democrats got some real shit going on, man. Y'all just need to wake up. Y'all really need to wake up because they're getting ready to fuck y'all up. Period. They're about to fuck y'all up. I'm telling you some real shit, man. Pick up a book. And since we're in this pandemic right now, get this book right here. Biology for Dummies. And I recommend going in the table of contents, try to get something that's more relevant. That's talking about the immune system or something, you know, respiratory and things like that, right? First of all, you got to understand this right here, the chemistry of life right here. You see this right here? It says recognizing the difference between atoms, elements, and isotope. But you know what I mean. Here's right here. Right here. Learn that stuff, man. Isotopes. That's what I meant. Understand what your glutathiones are. What glutathione are. What is the function of glutathiones in your immune system? Learn this kind of stuff, because if you're not going to study, if you're not going to learn this stuff, they're going to scare the hell out of you with these fake ass pandemic numbers. They're going to scare the hell out of you because you don't know no better. That's why y'all see, some of y'all might be posting this stuff about these numbers and these mainstream media articles, and you might see me put a laughing emoji on it. It's because I know better. I know better, man. You got to read. And this is just a beginning to biology. This is not even talking about the other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So let me see. Yolanda. Yolanda said, "Don't leave y'all." I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging, Yolanda. I'm still gonna share the articles, because the articles are starting to come out and say exactly what I've been saying. So I'm still gonna, talk about it a little bit, but I'm not gonna be sharing. When people be talking about to show me proof, I am not showing them proof. I'm not doing that because I don't need to do that. You don't see when you know what you know, folks, you don't need to prove yourself. You prove yourself on a job interview. I'm not interviewing for nothing. Okay. I got a business. I have two business. I got three businesses. I have a real estate development business, which we're about to build over it, building a mega city, a smart city. I have Wealth Summit tours where we are going to be going when this all this stuff clears out. We're going to go back on our tour and training people how to become wealthy in our tours, in our conferences, right? Then I have me as a speaker. People call me to come speak to their audiences, to their clients, or to their companies, to their friends, or whoever. They just call me to speak. A couple of times I spoke at a couple of churches a few years back. They're metaphysical churches. They asked me to come and speak and talk about some of the natural laws of the universe and how they operate and how we are using these natural laws. I mean, I've done all that stuff and I still do. But once they come back, I'll be able to come back and out and be speaking. We're gonna have a big stage. You know, I've been on stage with Lisa Nichols. Okay, I've been trained by Les Brown. I've been trained by Dr. Willie Jolly. I have had some advice from the likes of Lisa Nichols as well. So, folks, I've been out there, man. I've been in the trenches. Everything I've been trained, everything that I've studied, I'm giving it to y'all. If y'all don't want to take it, man, it's all good. I don't have no problem with that. You're not my audience. That's all. Everybody can't be my audience. Yolanda Say just said it. She said, "Don't leave y'all hanging." I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. I got you. I love you. I'm here. I'm still here. But there's a lot of stuff I just can't say and share because of the NDA that I am on for as far as our project goes. Because a lot of these world-renowned scientists are on my team, folks, and these people know exactly what the Clintons and stuff and what these people are trying to do to y'all. But I can't tell y'all that because if I tell y'all certain stuff, they'll know that it came from a particular scientist. And these people gets killed. Y'all don't get it, man. Y'all don't get it. So with that being said, folks, I'm going to get up out of here. I lived bit longer than I wanted to. I ain't want to be this long. So listen, folks, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt. And live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you. And the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.